you're watching James. My name's James, you're watching me, and I am talking about watches. And in particular, I am talking about an Australian watch today, which is why I'm wearing my Australian uniform, my Wallabies rugby top. Today, I am featuring one of the new watch releases from Houtman. There are 4 variations, and Jason from Houtman was really nice to come around to my house just the other day because yes, he lives in the same area that I do, and he was able to lend me 4 different versions of this watch. Now, I only have these watches in my possession for a very short period of time. So in this video, I am going to try and cram in my first impressions and a little bit of a mini review. Normally, I do like to have watches on wrist for much longer to give a proper review, hence why it's a bit of a sort of a shortened variation of this video. And if you are interested in buying this one, I'm going to leave a link to the Houtman website in the description of the video. I have no affiliation to the brand. I do not earn any money from that. And if you are going to buy one, they are $550 at the moment on pre-order. The bracelet is $80. That is Australian dollars. And you should absolutely get the bracelet if you are going to buy one of these watches. I'm going to say it a few times in this video because this bracelet is outstanding. And at that price, $550 and $80, I can't think of another watch on the market at the moment that you get the value for money. You get a Swiss movement, you get a beautifully made watch, you get variations of dials to pick from. And yeah, the bracelet. I'm going to be talking about it a fair amount on this video. Now, this is, of course, a pre-order and it is a launch price. So you're not going to get your watch straight away. It's probably going to be a couple of months. But then if you wait for a couple of months for the watches to actually come into stock, you're then going to be paying some more money for them. So if you are interested in this one, jump on board as soon as possible because you're going to get the best value for money. You then just have to wait a couple of months for them to arrive on your doorstep. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I really would appreciate it if you just click on that subscribe button. But let's flip the camera around now to the video of this Houtman Murchison Series watch. So today we have the Houtman Murchison Series and we have all 4 variations to show you today, as well as the optional steel bracelet. Buy the steel bracelet. It's fantastic. And today I'm going to be wearing the Houtman Pilbara as well whilst I'll do the video. Houtman all the way today. First of all, let's talk about the packaging because it is fantastic. This is real leather. It feels and it smells like real leather, and it absolutely is. I absolutely confirmed it with Jason. When you open it up, very, very nice. Demonstrates the watch, or displays the watch really nicely. Clicks out. And there we have our watch. Absolutely fantastic. I love this packaging. And what are you getting with the watch? Well, of course, you're getting the watch. You're getting on a brown leather strap, and you're also getting a suede leather strap in the package. For an additional fee, you can get the bracelet. As I mentioned, definitely worth investing in the bracelet. It is particularly nice, one of the better ones I've seen. And at this price, I've definitely not seen a bracelet as good as this one. So let's talk about the variations that we have available today, the variations on the dials, because the watches themselves are all the same. The cases are the same, the sizes are the same, the straps or the bracelets are the same, but the dials and the handsets differ from model to model. So let's go through them, shall we? Firstly, we have the River Lume. This one is a full lume dial, and it has some sort of 3D effect to it. When you're looking down and you're looking on that sort of angle, you can actually see all those sort of lines and variations on that dial are all 3D. And the lume is multiple looms. I'll show you lume shots later, which will show how amazing this is. This is an interesting watch. This is something that when I saw it, I thought, oh, that's very interesting, but probably not for me. However, in hand, this really stands out. I am really impressed by this dial. I absolutely love it. This particular one comes with a handset of sort of a blue sort of style. Oh yeah, there we go. Blue hands. Very, very nice with a little bit of lume inside them as well. We then have the Aviator, which is an all printed dial. You'll see all the numbers and that railway track around the outside. Houtman and automatic 100 meters in black. Different handset on this one, different second hand on this one. The counterbalance on the second hand is black, all white on the hands. A very nice, easy watch to read. You look at it from a distance, very, very, very legible. Really nice, crisp looking watch, this one. We then have the Burnt Earth, which I have to say is my wife's favorite watch. I showed her all of these watches and she said, wow, I really, really like this one. And this one I thought was probably going to be my least favorite out of the 4. but I actually really like it. It's a really nice looking dial. I love how the black hands really contrast with that dial. I like how the numbers are printed on. We've got little lume pips all the way around the outside. Again, you'll see that when I do a lume shot. Really love how the black second hand really pops as well. Oh, just a great contrast. And that sort of red sort of look to it, or that sort of burnt sort of red color. It has a really sort of distinct sort of a Western Australian sort of feel to it. And that's what I think Jason is going for in regards to these watches, trying to get a bit of a flavour from Australia into the watches themselves. I do like how that sort of minute track is sort of set on top of the dial as well. Very nice. Wow, yeah. I really like this one too. And what seems to be everybody's favourite, and probably my favourite, but I'm not 100% sure actually because the others are so good, is the Sport. And what didn't sort of show up to me in the photos and sort of the other reviews I've seen is that dial. It is like a dark charcoal and has a really nice vibrant look to it into the sunlight. Really like how the minute track around the outside is raised on top of it. It's sort of placed on top. We've got applied indices all the way around. A really cool set of hands that are on there, brushed stainless steel, lume filled as well. Everything else is printed on the dial. Such a great looking dial, this one. Yeah, I can see why this one is so popular. But let's talk about the dimensions. As I mentioned, all the dimensions on these watches are the same. The case is 40.2 millimeters. The lug to lug is 47.8 millimeters. It has a 20 millimeter lug width, and on the bracelet, it weighs in 156 grams. Obviously lighter when you have it on the leather strap. All of them contain the Swiss SEAGULL SW200 movement, which at this price for this watch is absolutely phenomenal. I don't think you can get a watch that it looks this good, that is the quality of this watch with that Swiss movement for this price anywhere. I'm really, really impressed. It has a sapphire crystal with some AR coating there. As I mentioned, comes with the two separate straps. They are actual real leather as well. Very, very nice. Comes with a 2-year warranty as well, which is very, very impressive. And the case, I really like the case shape. It's very, very cool. It's one of these watches that you could probably wear every single day. And we have a really cool mixture of surfaces on this one. Solid bezel, obviously, starts off with a nice brushing around the outside, a little bit of polish, a little bit more brushing, a little bit more polish, a little bit of brushing. There is a nice polished chamfered edge there, and then brushing on the sides. A really cool sort of mixture of different surfaces there, which I really do appreciate. I like when they break it up like that. The brushing is also really done well. I'm very, very impressed by that. Drilled end lugs, making life a little bit easier for us to swap it back and forth. We're getting this really nice strap, and if you do opt for the bracelet, as I keep mentioning, do opt for the bracelet, it is particularly good, then you can switch back and forth nice and easily. On the back, we have something that makes me feel very happy to be an Australian, because we have a kangaroo there, and it is nice and deeply etched too. It looks absolutely wonderful. Yeah, I'm really impressed by that. I love a nice case back. This is a nice case back. Now, I really want to sort of show off these dials a little bit more, so I've done some outdoor footage of the dials themselves. So let's throw that up now, and I'm going to show all 4 dial variations for you. I've put a nice dark red background in there, partly to make these watches pop, but also sort of to tie in with the Australian sort of jarrah, which is a type of timber that we have here, a tree that we have here in Australia, that really makes this sort of feel like an Australian watch and an Australian colour. I really hope that the designs of these watches are really popping in the sunlight. I think they are absolutely beautiful and very well made, well thought about. I am so impressed by these watches. They really tick so many boxes for me, and they really should be on your wish list. Now let's throw up those lume shots. Now I do apologize, it's a little bit shaky. I was holding these watches, just doing a quick lume shot for each of the watches, as well as putting all the 4 watches side by side so you can see them in comparison to each other. Now let's talk about the straps that come with it. We get a nice brown leather strap, really nice hardware. Buckle is really nice. Tang's a little bit skinny, but I think it's going to work perfectly fine. I'm not concerned about it, but the actual buckle is really nice. See, there's a bit of a fold there, all brushed. Absolutely, it's completely made of real leather, has that real nice leather smell to it. Very flexible from brand new as well, which is really nice to see. And then we have a suede leather strap that comes with it, which is nice and light and very, very flexible. You can really feel some nice comfort to it. Very soft and made of real leather as well. As you can see, quick release spring bars too, which is a really nice thing to have. But let's talk about the bracelet, because it's one of my favorite parts of this watch, which is why I keep saying you should be opting for it. Solid end links, all solid links, solid clasp, really well engineered, really nice in hand, very nice on wrist as well. Have a mixture of brushing, a bunch of polishing down the center, brushing on the sides. We do have screw links, of course, but then there's this clasp. This clasp is absolutely magical. Double pusher, all milled, very nice. But then check out this clasp. There's no micro adjust, no visible micro adjust, but we have a ratcheting system by pulling on that and we can move it in and out. And there is plenty of ratcheting movement. And what I do like about this, when you turn it over, that's on the outmost. You don't have to see it. It's not like those ratcheting straps where you get a nice big piece of steel sticking out. No matter what sort of size you have it set to, it still just has the bracelet coming out. A fantastic clasp. That should be adopted for many, many more watches. Now I've sized up the aviator to my 6 3/4 inch wrist, and I think it is a stunning size on wrist. Certainly a stunning size on my wrist. It's that kind of size that you would expect that would fit a lot of people's wrists. Also, having female end links does mean that it drops away straight away, which is really cool to see. Yep, looks really, really nice. So what am I liking about these watches? What don't I like, and what would I change? Well, there is so much to like about these watches. The size of them, the quality of them, that bracelet is just absolutely incredible. But the value for money just shines through at $550 plus a bit extra for that bracelet. For a watch that is this good, the quality is this good, the variety of options of dial that you have, and that Swiss movement, I don't think you can beat it. Where else can you get a watch that contains all of that, all those features for that price with a Swiss movement? And you're buying a micro brand. You're supporting a small manufacturer, somebody who's passionate about watches as well. If you compare this against other watches, I just don't see how you could find anything better than these. And I love that kangaroo on the back. That looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really impressed by that. Thanks very much for picking the kangaroo. It's good to see an Australian icon on a watch. But what don't I like? Well, there's not that much to dislike because it comes in a great case, really well made, good value. The only thing that really stands out to me that I don't absolutely love is on this one, and it's that handset. I don't dislike it. I just probably not be the one that I would choose. So switching over to what would I change? Well, on this particular model, which is not the model that I thought I'd really like, but I do really like it, but they're probably not the hands for me. Now saying that, I have no idea which hands would look better. So that's me sort of making a complaint about something which I don't know how to fix. There is very little else that I would even think to change about this watch. It's incredible. I really, really am impressed by it. So guys, that is the Houtman Murchison. I really hope that I've been able to show you guys this watch in enough detail to really get to understand it. This watch is in pre-order at the moment. Jump onto his website, order away. I'm not affiliated at all with Houtman. I don't earn any money, but I fully support this guy and his watches because they are fantastic and fantastic value to you guys there watching the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope to see you in the next video.